Oh, how do you do? I'm Dorothy Zbornak, and this is my mother, Sophia Petrillo, and these are my friends, Rose and Blanche. We're competing on today's show.
Well, hello, Tiffany. It is such a pleasure to meet you, honey. I want you to know that I thought those pictures of you in that sleazy, girly magazine were so tastefully...
Rose, that hose dance brings up a lot of childhood memories.
Daddy, can I please speak to you in private?
Blanche, this conversation is over. Margaret, we're leaving.
Daddy, this woman is not for you. You're just dragging our family name through the mud.
Blanche,
That never happened.
Oh, yes, it did. Blanche told me all about it.
She made it up.
I don't think so.
Look, nothing came of it. I did apologize to her.
And you lied to me.
Dorothy.
You lied to me about Blanche.
Dorothy, sweetheart, please try to understand. It was no big deal.
Not possibly begin to comprehend the terrible trauma a gorgeous woman goes through when she realizes her beauty is starting to fade.
Then who do you see when you look at me, Blanche? Joe Pepitone?
All my life, my beauty has outshone every other woman's. But no more. Now people...
Oh, Blanche, hi. Did everything work out with John?
Oh, yes, we're getting together next week. I thought you two would be in bed.
We just got out. Oh, feels like we spent the whole day in bed.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Hi, I'm Eddie.
It took a computer to come up with this? I'm Dorothy. These are my friends, Blanche and Rose.
How do you do? How do you do?
Eddie, I hope you're not too terribly Oh, Ma, you're really making this difficult for me. You know, I'm not great when it comes to dealing with emotions. Whenever someone starts talking about their deepest feelings, I usually get uncomfortable and tune out. I don't know why. Where do you think it comes from, Ma?
Huh? Oh, sorry, Dorothy. My corn pats. Are you saying you're upset because the reunion went great and your sorority sisters looked wonderful?
Well, of course not, Rose. That would be childish. I am upset because I was not the center of attention and nobody said I was the prettiest.
Oh, come on now, Blanche. I mean, what difference does it make?
Oh, Dorothy, you can...
I want you two jailbirds to feel at home. Dinner's at 6. Pass it on.
Rose, honey, what is the matter?
We didn't accomplish anything today, Blanche. Those tuna fishermen are going to be right out there again tomorrow doing the same thing. We should blow out those candles before Mr. Hickenlooper has the entire volunteer fire brigade up here pumping water on my clean kitchen floor. I swear that man will look for any excuse to make that siren sound through his nose. Inga Lundqvist told me just this last week. I know. Shut up, Rose, and blow out
Today, you were in a green satin dress and a fringe shawl which you did everything but sleep in. You're crazy. I wasn't wearing the fringe shawl that night. I lent it to Maria Finestro. Who? Maria, the one with the huge breasts. Remember, after the band left, there was no entertainment, so all the men pitched pennies into her cleavage? She walked off with $19 of my husband's hard-earned money.
Tell you another thing I remember about that night. How nervous I was.
Nervous? About what?
Our goodnight kiss. I was terrified. I figured, oh, she's not going to want me to kiss her goodnight. She'll...
You mean to tell me that somebody actually juggled herring?
No, it was the herring who did the juggling. Tiny little Ginsu knives. Really very dangerous. I mean, one false move, they could have filleted themselves.
Blanche Devereaux's going on a diet. Could you hold off until tomorrow? I got some Sara Lee stock I'd like to unload.
Wait, can I have those gummy bears?
They are good.
Simply cannot go on eating like that at your age. You can't eat like that at any age.
But she didn't have a heart attack. You're absolutely sure.
I've got a portable EKG machine in the car. I'll double check, of course. But it doesn't seem like a heart attack. She's got classic gallbladder symptoms. A tenderness in the upper right quadrant, a slight...
Or if it had been your birthday, I probably would have still asked the clerk down at Tuttle's to help me pick out a tie for you. Oh, I bet that would have gotten me some strange looks from the sales staff. Although they already look at me strangely. Because of the time I tried to special order a double-breasted navy.
I'm talking tie bibs, babe.
Tie bibs.
Yeah, little bibs that fit over your necktie. You go out to lunch, you don't have to worry about staining your tie. It's a perfect gift, a great idea. And the best part was no one else had ever thought.
Took Blanche out into orbit where I never would have had the guts to go.
Rue, did you see the possibilities of Blanche immediately when you read the pilot?
When I read the pilot, I called my agent and I said, I knew this was a hit the minute it was delivered to my door. I could tell before I opened it. I just knew it. And then when I read...
A hangover from the sherry.
Ma, you gave the dog sherry? That's terrible.
I was having a few sips while I was rinsing out my underwear. It's a little thing I do Mondays and Thursdays only. Anyway, the dog walks in, looks up at me, and I swear it's your Uncle Aldo's face begging me for a drink. Rose, if God had meant man to eat like that, he would have handed him his teeth in a baggie.
Well, excuse me for asking.
I'm sorry, I'm just irritable.
Oh, poor Sophia. Are you still upset because your friend Bernice moved back to Chicago?
No, Rose, I'm upset because I can't relate to 30-something.
Just because a hospital vending machine screws up a lousy cup of coffee doesn't mean that the hospital did anything wrong. Oh, sure, a mistake like getting two babies mixed up makes the headlines. But the point is, statistics back me up. Hospitals are remarkably efficient institutions. I mean, seriously.
April morning.
Oh, well, you ought to talk all fresh, scrubbed, and rosy-cheeked like a country parson in a September hoedown.
Why do I get the feeling they had a maid named Honeybee when they grew up?
Come on in, Clayton. I want you to meet my best friends, Dorothy and Rose.
Nice to meet you, Clayton.
Blanche.
Oh, believe me, it's no gamble.
But you know what I do like? I like music.
Music? Well, wonderful. We can dance. Oh, yeah, we can do one of those hot, sweaty South American dances they do in the street because they don't have television sets.
Well, you got me again, Blanche. I don't dance.
You don't...
I can imagine my heartbreak when one morning I find it dead.
How does a paper bird die?
Good question. Someone used it to restart the pilot light.
Community, I'm proud to take cows for $300.
The answer is a young cow that has not yet born a calf. Rose.
What is a heifer?
You're right. Still your board. Select again.
Cows for $400.
Answer this time. Loretta Young played an innocent milkmaid in this Oscar-winning 1947 film.
out. If you don't absolutely love it, I'll take it back.
Well,
No questions asked.
what the heck? You only live once. Might as well be daring.
Rose, it's a used car. It's not a seat on a space shuttle.
Hello. Blanche, I need you to give me a manicure. Rose, I need you to lend...
Painting a fresco on the ceiling. It's a bathroom. What do you think I'm doing? What are you writing?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing? What is that?
Well, Ma, you have such a great sense of humor, and I can never remember all the funny things you say, so I've decided to keep a journal.
Journal? Who the...
Good, aren't they? Oh, I don't need them.
Then why do you want them?
To play army. And sometimes I like to line them up around my bed and pretend I'm Gulliver. You know, Blanche, you put yourself through this hell every year. Are you sure it's worth it?
Of course it's worth it. On my anniversary
Ma, how do you know that?
When you reach my age, you get pretty good at spotting the 12 warning signs of death.
What are they?
Number 1, your children start visiting during the week. Number 2, your doctor won't let you post-date a check.
Skylab fell on her. What is the point of this story? Be thankful for your health. This whole St. Olaf problem is my fault. I can't believe...
But then when I realized it was just a shoulder wound, then I calmed down. Actually, I passed out, but I did it calmly.
Oh, Bobby, you're so brave.
You're so stupid. Don't you know you're supposed to duck a bullet? In Sicily, they don't let you pass kindergarten till you learn that.
Really? In St. Olaf, we just had...
Oh, Rose.
Do you like it?
Like it? Oh, honey, I love it. Oh, who wouldn't love a wooden brooch in the shape of a turkey's head?
Oh, no. No, that's a maple syrup spigot. You
Blanche? Blanche?
I'm fine. I just feel a little cold and clammy and just a little short of breath.
Now, you bought one street in St. Olaf.
I bought the only street in St. Olaf. That means I'm going to tear down your phone booth.
This is the stupidest game. I could just...
Dorothy.
I could just play all...
I'll need something to wash it down, and a twist of lemon would be nice.
I have class. And you know what else I have?
It's not self-awareness, that's for damn sure. Hey, listen to this. Older gentleman seeks lady of refinement. I like moonlit nights, romantic Italian dinners, and waking up in the morning.
Oh, Sophia, Dorothy wouldn't lie.
A mother knows when her child is lying. It's like back radar. Now, what did the doctor really say?
He said I have to have surgery.
Surgery for what?
For kicks, Rose. No, I have a condition called Morton's neuroma.
Oh, I think... Alvin, am I sitting in the right place?
Depends. If you're looking to catch a bus to Jacksonville, you could be in big trouble.
You old geezer, you know what I'm talking about.
Half the time, I suspect you don't know what you're talking about. Especially when you start all that muttering in Italian. I swear you make up half those words.
Are you telling me Rebecca and Jeremy are planning to get married?
Yeah, I overheard them talking.
Maybe you misunderstood.
Please, me misunderstand? My bladder may be weak, my eyesight may be failing, my bones may be brittle. I see your point. Maybe you better double check.
Actually, that first night, I was kind of, well, appalled, I guess. But Charlie was very patient. It was really very nice.
Time since I've taken you to the movies, hasn't it? Blanche, this guy has gone past being a challenge. He is really treating you very badly.
Oh, Dorothy, you'll see. I'm just reeling him in.
Blanche, look, I usually don't talk to you about the men you date.
Nor do I talk to you about the men you date. Oh, listen to me. I made a joke.
None of us is. We won't be better by then.
Fine, can I have your date?
Of course, Ma. You can have my date, my dress, and my dessert at the dinner. Just leave me alone with my thermometer and the one nostril I can breathe out of.
Great news, girls. I found my folk medicine book. It has a cure for everything.
I hope it has a cure for cranky. There's a lot of that.
Makes with you.
Because you have different interests. Now, is it too much to ask of my best friends that they respect my right to have different interests and different people in my life?
I guess not.
Oh, thank you. And I promise, we'll do something together real soon, okay?
Pathetic. It's okay, Ma. I understand.
You're a good daughter, Gloria. You're both good daughters. Most people my age have children trying to get rid of them. My children are fighting over who gets to keep me. You don't know how much that means to an old lady.
Honey, you...
Well, yeah. I guess this is it.
Right.
I
Lucas, come here, boy.
This one's Dreyfus.
Annette. Well, hello there. Anything I can do for you? At least now she asks.
Good afternoon. Sorry to bother you. I'm Agent Bell with the Secret Service.
Well, won't you come right in?
Thank you, Mrs. Devereaux.
Tripped me up with a trick margarine question. That evening, butter was spelled R-O-S-E.
Rose, you're embarrassing yourself. Please don't go on.
I have to, Dorothy. I've kept these bitter butter memories too long. As the pageant drew to its frenzied finale...
That's not his. He had Buddy Klein do it for him.
This is a proxy?
He doesn't mind doing it in his own bed, but there's something about doing it in a public place.
Kind of like sex.
Maybe where you come from.
But actually, I've been working about 30 years.
Boy, you must really know your business.
Miss Dorothy's a very experienced teacher. Everybody who's had her says she's great.
What do you say we get some drinks and go upstairs and have Dorothy teach us the 3 R's? Reading, writing, and running.
Look, Dorothy, can I ask you a personal question?
Yes?
You're divorced.
Yes.
How's your social life? Do you see men?
What in the world does seeing men have to do with anything?
Oh, Dorothy, we know for a fact that if people are not happy, and lonely people aren't, but they get all kinds of symptoms.
Look, Dorothy, you don't have to believe all of this, but stop trying to take it away from me. I'm going to bed. Good night, Spumoni face.
What did you call me?
Spumoni face.
Wow, I mean, I haven't heard that since I was 7 years old. Come on, Ma, you expect me to believe that? Promise me you won't drive.
Really? To square things with Guido.
Cicely, what are you talking about, Cicely?
She said she cleared it with you.
She did not clear it with me.
Then giving her my Visa card was a bad thing?
Rose, how are we supposed to find her? Angelo.
Jim Shoe? Jim Shoe? Oh, I get it. Jim Shoe. Very funny.
Excuse me, I am Jim Shoe.
Totally sorry. I thought...
Mama, you're acting silly. Sperm can't live outside the human body.
Does your mother know you're doing this for a living?
You know, I'm not so sure sperm can't live outside the body. Back during World War...
Mama on a deathbed?
I promised Mama I'd marry Benito, the town's organ grinder monkey hat manufacturer.
And you didn't do it?
Please. I loved my mother dearly, but I had my own life to live, and I guess you did too, Angelo.
Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, of course, Uncle.
Nothing at all. Back in St. Olaf, our justice system is very progressive. Their motto was, use a gun, go apologize. I'll get it.
Way.
99.
Ma, you lost 1 pound.
Thank you, Rene Descartes. I'm looking for advice, not arithmetic.
Ma, you cannot get upset over 1 pound.
Maybe you can't, I can. For 50 years, my weight hasn't changed by an ounce. And as far as I'm concerned...
Thanks again, Blanche.
Gerald, wait. We don't like Christina, remember?
Blanche. Honey, you okay?
Oh, why do these things keep happening to me? Then why do I let them keep happening? Oh, yeah, I caught. You remember. I ran 6 miles in the rain and the cold to bring you the cannoli you forgot to put in your lunchbox.
Ma, please.
Don't worry. I'll be all right. You all go schmooze with Bert and his Hollywood buddies. I'll just stay here and hack myself unconscious.
Well, that's being a good sport. It all sounded suspicious, but I couldn't quite piece it together. Rose, you nitwit. That means the guy was probably on the take.
Oh, I told you everything would be fine, Ma.
Hey, I have an idea. Let's have a getting out of prison party. See, everybody can pretend they've been...
About our policy in Guatemala. About death, Rose.
Oh, death.
Are you prepared, either of you, I mean, really
No, I'm just embarrassed about what happened before.
Embarrassed? Well, what for?
For acting so crazy.
Oh, that wasn't crazy?
Yes, the kissed one time I let it go straight to my head. I've been sitting here trying to understand what made me act that way. Could it be that I'm just nervous?
And a pretty darn good one.
Hey, Rose, what you got there?
Exhibit A.
You know, I like Rose. When a woman throws herself on a platter of chicken and screams murderer, she is not playing with a full set of bocce balls. I'm getting out of here just in time.
Aye. He once sold horseshoes to a Union soldier. Yankee! Oh, no, I can't explain. Fie. Traitor. Oy vey. Well, that was a close one. We now call...
That's very sweet.
It's just borrowing it, you know. I'll need it back.
Okay.
You can slip it to me right after the ceremony.
All right.
It's an antique.
Give it to me.
Dorothy, you're trembling. Are you that scared?
Yes, I'm just as queasy as I was at my first wedding, except...
Hello. Yes, this is Blanche, and how did you get this number? And better yet, why am I even talking to you? I don't like you. Matter of fact, I hate you. You can just tear up my number.
Swore I'd get a pony. She brings me a little paper bird on a stick from the circus. You know, the kind that you have to twirl around your head to get them to tweet.
And that was your pet? They're very clean.
Then she tells me if I'm a good girl, a really good girl.
Into a restaurant and ends up sharing a table with a dashing young Frenchman. They drink, they talk, they burn a cork, and draw mustaches on each other.
What?
Just wanted to see if you were listening. Anyway, the next thing she knows, it's hours later. The place is empty, and the Frenchman...
I like to pretend one of them's you and one of them's Dorothy. Hi, Dorothy. How you feel?
Oh, woe is me. I can't get a date. Nobody asked me out. Woe is me. Woe.
That's why I make him out to be more than he is.
Then you will give him the money.
No, but I'll give it to you. Under one condition. Don't ever tell Stanley it came from me.
I don't understand.
Well, Stanley has a tendency to be weak. If he knew I was a soft touch, he'd never amount to anything.
Where's the cake? Rose, did you take it out?
I haven't even seen it yet.
Oh, Ma, what'd you do with the cake?
I didn't do anything. I haven't seen it yet either.
What do you mean you haven't seen it? You were supposed to bake it.
I was?
Oh, Ma. You forgot.
I didn't forget. I wanted to make sure it was fresh. I'll bake it now.
Oh, honey.
Room with nobody.
You know, Ma, it would be very nice if you could be a little supportive.
Please, I've always been supportive. Remember when you wanted to run away to Canada so you wouldn't get drafted?
No, that was my brother Phil.
Oh, yeah, I got confused. He was wearing your dress.
The host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another of our special programs coming to you from Florida. You have just met our 3 contestants. They are all very eager to get underway. The categories are cows.
Hope you like medieval food.
I love it. I'm just glad I didn't have it for lunch.
Good evening, my lord. Good evening, my lady. I'm Don. I will be your fool for the entire evening. Would you like to know about our specials?
Down here, honey, and tell us all about your trip.
Oh, it was fabulous. The food was delicious, the weather was absolutely gorgeous, and the activities on board ship, well, the list goes on forever. Masquerade balls, hootenannies, tours at the engine room, fashion shows, jazzercise, Las Vegas night, Monte Carlo night, Rio night.
I'm getting called by Susan Harris saying, is there anything you can do to get B. Arthur to do this show? Because we'd worked together on Maude. And I said, oh, I've been wanting to work with her again. I'll give her a call. I called B. And I said, what is the matter with you? This is the best.
So that's the story. The car is not available, but Blanche Devereaux is.
I can't believe that I've been hustled. Boy, if I wasn't a teacher and accustomed to abuse, I'd leave too.
Really? You know, I'm a teacher myself. No kidding.
That loss, Dorothy. You just picked up the pieces and went on, just like you did after Stanley ran off with that stewardess. Boy, I envy you your gumption.
Yes, and I your breast implants.
This may not be my place, but you... Hello? The honeymoon is over with that.
Don't let Ma know I have been smoking. She will kill me. Ma!
Dorothy! What was that for? You've been smoking.
I have not.
Then you've been smoking.
No, I haven't.
Or was it on payday? Anyway, I remember a butcher block table was involved.
Blanche.
Anybody ready for dessert?
I am, Grandma.
Oh, good. I'll slice into that Rice Krispie log.
Just coffee.
I feel hot.
Oh, I feel cold.
I feel guilty. This is all my fault.
Oh, no, Rose. It's all my fault. The minute I found out you were contagious, I should have
I hear B.B. King does that when he's tired of singing the blues. Honey, why don't you sit down? I'll give you some nice lemonade.
Thanks, Dorothy. Something weird is going on around here, Dorothy.
Don't be silly. You're just having a little bad luck.
Rose can hear us, and if we act like it's over, she will too. Don't worry, kiddo. We're all here. You're gonna be fine. Dorothy is here. Blanche is here. She wants you to get out of bed so she can use it. There's a cute doctor she's got her eye up.
Don't listen to her, Blanche.
You grow a beard, Dorothy. Believe me, I woke up one morning, I looked like Arafat. Oh, I never grew a beard. You never grew brains either.
Well, I tell you...
Can I get you something to drink?
Settlement.
The divorce settlement. Yeah, I got to keep half my self-respect, and she got to keep everything else. Anyway, that's why I had to talk to you. I had to find out how you were doing.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm doing just fine. Maybe I will have just a glass of water. Maybe it was from their wedding album.
Here we are. This is home. Oh, Charlie, Kirsten, I want you to meet my friends, Blanche and Dorothy.
Hello, Kirsten. Hiya, Charlie.
Rose has told us
We are over. There is nothing wrong with my relationship with Eddie, and if my mother can't buy it, I am very sorry. It is her problem.
Oh, just getting in? Listen, if you three are just going to use this place days, would you mind if I got one of those medical emergency beepers? I'd feel terrible if you came home one morning and found me on the doorstep instead of the Miami Herald.
7. I love you.
Oh, don't say that, David Dellinger.
7. Take me.
Jimmy, I like you, but not in that way.
Oh, great. First person I reach out to in 22 years, and then you reject me.
Oh, Jimmy.
America.
Magda, how can you be such an expert on America when you've only been here a few days?
I know that communist system is more fair.
How can you say that? People all over the world are realizing that communism doesn't work.
It worked for me. I had automatic can opener, I had toaster, and I was very near top of the list to
Keep in touch with the people. We chose this house as a possibility because there are 4 senior citizens living under one roof. Now, a few other houses are being considered besides this one. If you don't mind, I'll start with Mrs. Devereaux.
Fine, we'll just be waiting in the kitchen.
Not making fun of the vice president.
Instead of doing the right thing and awarding me the crown as the most beautiful girl in the county, they made me runner-up and awarded me Miss Congeniality instead. At that moment, I vowed to make that town pay for valuing my personality over my perfect body.
I hear that Vanna White has the same problem.
Majesty of Hollingsworth Manor, sitting on the veranda with her mother. And what makes you think the newlyweds are going to welcome you on the premises? What are you saying? Uncle Lucas may not be as fond of nasty, hateful, life-scarring barbs as the rest of us are. And your point is?
Well, I can't worry about that now.
Well, sure you can, honey. I'll help you. Food, clothing, shelter.
Oh, come on, it's not that serious.
Yes, it could be. Rose, you and I are in the same boat. If we miss a couple of paychecks, we are in big trouble.
Thank God I had the foresight to marry money.
Tramp. I told them they had to leave. They were too ugly to look at. Now the parents are mad. A father came in a 3-piece suit and defended Tiffany, a bald girl with a nose ring. What's that?
Enchiladas rancheros.
Why don't you just shoot me?
Why not?
Let me tell you a story. Picture it. Sicily, 1881. A beautiful young peasant girl.
Mama, not another story.
Sophia, come closer.
That's it. You're moving in here. Salvador and I talked about it. We think it's best for you.
You think it's best for me? You didn't... Am I missing something?
Proves what? Dallas diamond earrings? George was obviously feeling guilty about cheating on me with David's mother. David was telling the truth.
This is tough, Blanche. I know how you feel. I hate to say it, but Sal almost cheated on me once.
Don't prolong this. I know what car you drive.
The parade's over! Let's hear it for all the birthday boys and girls! But the fun's just about to begin, because now it's time for
Cheese? Why don't we go really high fiber and spread ketchup on cardboard? Pizza, damn it, get pizza.
That's funny, the phone book is missing again.
Wait a minute, where's Ma?
Is my car gone?
Yeah, your car is fine. My car is gone.
Howdy, ladies. My name's Rusty. I don't recollect seeing you two fillies around these parts. Mind if a lonesome cowboy puts his saddlebags around your campfire?
Give us a break, would you, Mac?
Howdy, ma'am. My name's Rusty.
Fine, okay, if you think that's best.
Oh, Ma.
So anyway, Dorothy, like I was saying about Grammy's plantation.
Blanche, I cannot believe you.
You said you weren't going to talk about this till later.
I know, but Ma almost died.
Well, she's got her color back, hasn't she?
M-I-A, another M-I, M-I-A-M-I, smells Miami Beach.
Girls.
It stirs emotion.
Girls.
It's by the ocean.
Girls.
So bring your suntan.
Girls.
What?
Sheriff, I'm afraid there's been some kind of a mistake. This woman's my mother.
But I have a telex here that says that...
I don't care what it says on that paper. She's my mother. And we're just on our way home together. So if you'll kindly excuse us, we have a bus to catch. Come on, Mama. Thank you.
I guess they figured they had a leg up there.
These orders came right from the top.
You mean Hitler?
Who's Hitler?
You are bad at history.
Girls, I'm just beside myself. Fidel's...
We never had a barbecue in St. Olaf after the tragedy.
I guess we have to ask.
No, we don't.
Chew this up before Rebecca goes into labor.
Then there was the day of the wheat when everybody came to town dressed as sandwiches. Charlie and I forgot to put cheese between us, and before I knew it, there was Kirsten.
Store into Ladies Petite and says, excuse me, miss, but I notice you've been having a hard time deciding between the turquoise strapless and the flaming red backless. Well, personally, I would like to see you in the backless. And I said, when? And he said, how about Saturday night? And I said, how about in your dreams, sleazo?
Wait, this is exciting. Just think in less than 24 hours, Gil Kessler could be city councilman.
I'd love to get excited, Rose, but no matter what happens, I'm going to get stuck cleaning out that peeing angel punch bowl.
You, but maybe I'm worth waiting for.
Blanche, it is the middle of the night. My mother is missing. I am scared to death, and I'm trying to find a doctor. You'll have to excuse me if I don't have the rolling gait of a nymphomaniac.
Well, now look, Dorothy, I'm scared too. I'm terrified. Sophia's practically...
$1,000 prize is going to be mine. When I was younger, I was known as the dancing fool.
How old were you when they dropped the dancing pen?
Yowza, 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 ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third...
Altering experience, Simon. I need time to think, to gather my priorities and put them all in perspective.
Whatever you need. I'll call you tomorrow.
Sure. You're not upset, are you?
No. Boy, what a beautiful...
Oh, I can't tell you that. That would be unethical. Let's just say that some of my handiwork is prominently featured on NBC's Thursday night lineup. Mrs. Devereaux.
Call me Blanche. We're talking about tightening my behind and pumping up my bosoms. I think we can be on a first-name basis.
Why do I feel the need to bathe?
So how was it, Blanche?
Oh, you might as well ask me to describe the glory of the Great Smoky Mountains as they rise from the mist of the Carolina dawn.
They went to a sleazy motel.
Are the colors of those just a fluke, or do you think we could learn to like each other?
Well, I think it might take time, but I think it could be worth it.
Let's give it a shot.
Please.
I'm game.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Even I don't get that one.
What's your name?
Oh, Blanche, and these are my friends Rose and Dorothy.
Oh, well, tell me, how long have you girls been working?
Oh, well, that's an odd lead-off question, Carl. Fun in the buff at a mountain retreat. Hike, swim, and play volleyball while the sun beats down on your fanny. Call David Horowitz. I mean, how can they get away with this misrepresentation?
I don't understand how people can run around showing their naked bodies to
Isn't this a bit sudden? Odd and a bit sudden?
No, I've been doing it for years at children's hospitals. It's been the one bright spot in my life. That and you. Dorothy, I've been lawyering 70 hours a week since I was 25. Can change it.
Oh, I see your point. Well, what about this? Miami is nice, so I'll say it thrice.
Right, who the hell says thrice?
It's a word.
So is interuterine.
Hey, Blanche, I didn't see you. Listen.
Ernie, could you freshen my drink, please?
Oh, sure, Blanche. Look.
And put some extra ice cubes in it this time.
Think about it.
Oh, it's so sad. When I was 8 years old, I was just worried about the usual childhood things. How much would the tooth fairy leave me? What would I get from Santa? Would I ever be chosen small curd cottage cheese?
Rose, I think he's referring to autumn. Donald, maybe we better go.
You know, Rose, we have a special section set aside for local artists. When you finish the series, maybe we could hang them in the museum.
Wow, hanging in the museum? Well, none of my relatives ever hung in a museum. Yes, I am that Ava Braun standing next to him.
You recognize Ava Braun?
Well, sure, she was our high school PE teacher. It was rumored she used to date Mr. Stickelmeyer.
Rose, that's it. I just can't take any more.
Much? I've never seen so much of everything in my whole life. I went to Bloomingdale's, the store. I swear St. Olaf could fit into it. I went to the top of the Empire State Building. You know what I don't understand? How come the fall didn't...
Hi, you still painting out there?
Yeah, but I'm having trouble. I don't know, I think it's impossible to paint autumn in St. Olaf.
How come?
Maybe it's because of the horrible St. Olaf falling... No, thanks, I'd rather earn it.
You at Benihana after class?
Rose. You never graduated from high school?
Not a... You remember that?
Are you all right, Mr. Gordon?
Yes, I'm fine.
Sorry, it won't happen again. At least not until you're out of here.
Blanche, Karen and I are back together.
Karen.
World Kingpin, Mickey the Cheese Man Moran is dead.
Mom, turn it
Cheese
off.
Man is shown here
Now.
testifying before a Senate
No,
committee on organized
let's just
crime.
hear that to the end.
He was blown up this morning outside his home in suburban Chicago by a bomb attached to the ignition of his car. A violent end for a violent man.
Sleep with you last night?
Dorothy, there are a lot of things I want to try before I die. But that's not one of them.
And she must have stayed in Rose's room.
My God, Dorothy, you don't suppose Jean would ever, you know...
Listen.
No, wait, Dorothy, have you made a decision?
Yes, I have made a decision. Sonny, I think that Lyle is the sweetest, kindest man I have ever met. And what you have done here is a totally underhanded, inexcusable abuse of power. Oh, Sonny, the power!
I sat there at 2 in the morning listening to Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. And then after an eternity, he comes back on the line eating chips. And he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm the only one here. My phone's been ringing off the hook." I said, "Officer, what about my husband?" And then he's...
Dorothy, you haven't even touched your Mr. Ha-Ha dog.
You're right. I touched it.
And now it's time for the Mr. Ha-Ha Birthday Roundup. When I call your name, please come up on stage.
Too little, too late, Miles. We're gonna jump out of that airplane. Hey, what do you want for dinner?
Nothing too heavy.
Am I fat?
What, no hello? Gentleman at table 5 in the blue suit is impotent. Bon appetit.
Not again without touching the doorknob.
I'll be too long! Rose, that is a happy woman in there. Now, I want you to promise that you will not say anything. Do you promise? Do you promise? Are you sure?
Footsie in here! Charlie never wanted Rose. Frank and Dorothy might want to play footsie. Oh. Oh!
How do I look?
Beautiful. Go back and change. Oh, honey, that outfit might be all right for a gay funeral in New Orleans, but it's girls. This nightgown is so sheer, I believe you can see right through it. Hello, Fidel.
Hello, Blanche. How are you?
You don't have cataracts, you tell me.
Beat it, you 50-year-old mattress.
Thank you and good night. Well, Ma?
5 minutes and 10 seconds.
Oh, that's a little long. What should I cut?
After hearing that act, your throat. I was a living hell. If I wasn't fighting for a warm blanket, I was fighting for food. If I wasn't fighting for food, I was fighting for the shuffleboard equipment. I just threw that in to see if you were paying attention. Anyway, the storm broke, and through the mist and the haze, I saw the beautiful lady.
Got my fish. Fish don't reject you, and fish don't judge you, and fish... You gotta feed fish.
Jimmy, you deserve more.
Yeah, well, I thought I found it, but you dumped me. Boy, I'll bet you've broken hundreds of hearts in your day, huh?
He also likes working, and most of all, he likes being in the company of pretty young girls.
Oh, wow. Since he puts it that way, how can we refuse? It's a deal.
Good. Here's a list of the pretty young girls he wants you to get for him.
To make it up to you.
Give me $100.
Make it 50.
Done. I love you. I've got to make my peace, and I need some peace to do it. I'll be quiet. Thank you.
Here are your beads, Ma. I found them in a can of peanut brittle.
Of course, that's where I keep them.
The paramedics.
Do I have lipstick on my teeth?
I like to pretend one of them's you and one of them's Dorothy. Hi, Dorothy. How you feel?
Oh, woe is me. I can't get a date. Nobody asked me out. Woe is me.
It is later the same day.
Hello? Oh, hi, Abby. I guess I owe you a little apology. You do? Well, yeah. I'll be right over.
Sicily, 1920. Two young girls pack their bags and leave their tiny village to seek fame and fortune and a meal cooked without oregano. Their journey takes them to a seaside town where a ship prepares to depart for the new world. They're just...
Blanche, I didn't know you went out. Are you coming back from a date?
You know, Dorothy, sometimes you can be so cruel.
Honey, if you didn't have a date, how come you're so dressed up?
Well, I sat down and tried to think of a surefire place to meet men. It was so obvious, I couldn't believe I hadn't thought of it before. The hardware store.
Work in pairs.
I don't know what the church is coming to. I thought it stopped with bingo.
That was no none. I work for a consumer protection show. We've been warning people about this for months. Once these scamsters have your money in an envelope, they make us swim.
Well, you probably want to get her operational as soon as possible. After all, she's quite a showpiece. Where do I install her?
Well, actually, Lou, we're going to install her ourselves. Follow me.
Hold it. You're not serious.
Why not?
Oh, ladies, the installation of a toilet's a very delicate procedure. You gotta go to school, you gotta be...
And Ma.
You told everybody but me?
Honey, I didn't even know if you'd know what a lesbian was.
I could have looked it up.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I thought I was doing the right thing. I guess I underestimated you.
Well, that's not important. I've got a bigger problem.
It's just that this last year has been so difficult for me. See, Pat was the person that I planned to spend the rest of my life with. And when she died, I just felt so terribly alone, empty. I thought I could never care for anyone again until I met...
Can't use it. Moving on.
Well, if you think of anything else, please give me a call. I have to be at the courthouse at 2:45.
There's no one in the place except you and me. That's what we were singing that night. We were having a couple of NyQuil shooters and singing.
And Ma.
You told everybody but me?
Honey, I didn't even know if you'd know what a lesbian was.
I could have looked it up.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I thought I was doing the right thing. I guess I underestimated you.
Well, that's not important. I've got a bigger problem.
For Blue Cross and Blue Shield, for a hip that finally healed. Remember, on prescriptions, generic is a steal. We thank you so much.
St. Ola.
Blanche, what was all that stuff with Harry? You know, the man has not dated since his wife died.
Well, you can't spend your whole life in mourning, especially when you're the most eligible bachelor in town.
In Sicily, we have a simple rule. If your husband dies, you wait 20 years or until you grow a mustache.
Seemed to bring him back to life. And it made me realize why. From the time I laid eyes on him till the day he died, there was never another man in my life.
Oh, Blanche, you were never tempted?
Never.
Didn't you have your milk delivered?
Hey, mister, you want me to play It Had to Be You for the two of you?
I want you to play it for the four of us.
Ask you something. How about you and I go out sometime, huh? Dorothy, I really want to see you again.
I really want to see you again, too.
Great.
But I can't.
Why not?
Because I could get serious about you.
Well, I don't get it.
Al, up until the other night, I thought this whole thing was a game, but...
Take me, Bill.
I'm afraid I popped your bosom.
Don't you worry about it, honest man. That's why we all believed in you. But now you started lying, and you're just like so many other politicians. Dishonest. If you even win this election, it won't mean a hill of beans, because it won't be you winning. You'll never be a great man, Gil, without being an...
He can belch out the chorus to Sweet Georgia Brown on one Dr. Pepper.
Well, I'm going to go talk to Swin. I'll just let him down gently.
In the old country, when a woman dumps a man, the man...
Personally, I like to lay into a kid with a melon baller. It's got a nice weight, good balance in the hand, and it's portable.
My father used to punish us by sending us to the dairy barn to milk Alice.
Well, what's so terrible about that?
You had to milk Alice sitting on a stool.
It isn't easy, but I'll try to serve with love.
Oh, Bravissimo, encore, date me. Blanche? Well, he was good.
I had to call the band and beg for my job back.
You got it? Michael, that's wonderful.
Wonderful? It's humiliating.
Oh, Michael.
Look, I gotta catch a bus. You got my laundry?
Michael, I want you to know I think what your mother did was right. You may not see it now, but you'll realize it later.
So you lost a good friend just because George made you feel guilty about it.
That's right. I lost a good friend and a wonderful companion and an excellent lover. An excellent lover? Did I say excellent lover? I meant, I like Jean. I like her a lot. But I think she's in love with me.
She told you.
Well, not in so many words, but I knew what she meant. Unless I'm wrong, Dorothy. Now, you know I'm wrong about so many
honey,
things.
you're not wrong about this.
Dorothy, what am I going to do?
Thanks to you and the generous raise in my allowance. Isn't she a beauty? Only 1,300 easy payments.
Ma, we have to talk.
The salesman tried to jerk me around on the price, but once he found out I was Jessica Tandy, I got a deal.
Ma, I wouldn't get too attached to this.
I've named her Tanya.
In World War I, she told us mustard gas was something you got from eating too many hot dogs. That's why to this day in St. Olaf, everyone celebrates the 4th of July with a thin omelet on a bun.
What do you say after we fire Marguerite, we each...
Sophia!
All right, you've got a second chance, but if you hurt my daughter again, I'll make you miserable for the rest of my life. And if I lay off meat and dairy, that could be as much as 5 years.
I'm glad. You know, we've been so worried about you.
Well, I guess you can cry just so long and eat just so much. Then you have to pull yourself together and get on with your life. Besides, there'll be other Richards. Of course, they won't be as charming or as handsome or as rich. I better stop. I'm starting to depress myself again. Sophia, look!
What? She let me buy the tickets!
It was that easy just because you said how much you wanted to see Frank Sinatra?
Yeah, that and that I only had 3 weeks to live.
Dorothy!
These are desperate times, Rose.
Boy, I'll say, today when I went to the dean's office...
tickets.
Come to visit me at the museum. You don't see me taking out my breast in public. A lot.
I'd love to stay and argue with you, but I have to go.
Holy smoke! Holy Toledo! Holy mackerel!
What, Ma?
Nothing.
What is it, Sophia?
What, Rose? What?
Now, Rose, don't be ridiculous. You can feel free to discuss any subject with me. Certainly, I remember our last appointment. Bill's already in the mail. No, there was nothing out of the ordinary.
Dear, how to keep her entertained.
Honey, the important thing is to spend time with her. Why don't you do something that both of you enjoy? Why don't you take her to the movies, to the beach? Why don't you take her to the petting zoo?
The petting zoo? Dorothy, even I don't go to that club anymore.
Beef. But when I get home, I find these crummy little hard pieces, you know, from the end. Anyway, today I went in with a positive attitude. I told myself, this man is my friend, and I know he is going to give me a good cut of meat. Look.
It's a miracle! Oh, great.
Oh, honey, I think it's wonderful that you're going out with Stan again tomorrow night. Jeff and I are going to a formal dinner at the base. Oh, he looks so dashing in his dress uniform.
Dorothy had a date with the Commodore. Blanche had a date with Stan. I spent the evening making bacon, lettuce, and potato sandwiches. What are they made of?
Silly putty roll! don't know. I don't know, Rose. I just want to forget the whole incident. It's been a terrible night, and I am very upset.
You mean because Gil dropped out of the...
Some schoolgirl attempt to get my goat. You're wasting your breath.
I'm simply questioning how any man could possibly choose you over me.
It's not working, Blanche.
I suppose there could be some exceptions. Convicts who haven't seen a woman in 25 years.
It's still not working. No, it's not going to work. I do not feel guilty about staying out all night, and I do not feel guilty about Eddie.
Don't underestimate me. I could make you feel guilty about bombing Pearl Harbor if I wanted. The point is, I don't want you to feel guilty. There's nothing wrong with a physical relationship.
Well then, Rose, look, Rose, we.
This is my daughter, Dorothy. She's an English teacher.
You are...
Linda Ronstadt. I'm doing the Pirates of Penzance across town. What's this?
Oh, it's nothing. I gave him a little kiss.
Trust me, that was no little kiss. That was more like a dental checkup. Your whole head was practically in his mouth.
All right, Ma, all right.
A little kiss, she says. The man almost digested her.
I had just moved to Miami. I was very vulnerable. And I did something that I guess was a little dumb.
No.
I agreed to go out on a blind date.
This is my favorite restaurant. Have you ever been here before?
No, I'm just starting to I guess there's been some kind of misunderstanding. But a Sunshine Cadet never lies.
I have two announcements. This press conference is canceled, and I'm proud to be the newest citizen of Miami. If anyone wants to reach me, my name is Dave.
Boy, you writers never stop using your imagination.
Well, goodbye.
Where are you going?
It's Saturday night. I'm all dressed up. There's a car honking for me. Think, Dorothy. Remember something called a date?
You know, being at her funeral today made me start thinking about how quickly life can pass you by. Maybe I ought to be more adventurous in my life.
More adventurous? The Kama Sutra had to publish a supplement because of you.
I'm not talking about men. I'm talking about things I've always wanted to do, but never got around to trying.
My heart is pounding in my ears. But then again, it always pounds in my ears. I could see the finish line. It was only 200-300 yards away. And then it happened. What every runner dreads. I hit the wall.
Ma, you ran out of steam.
No, I actually hit a wall.